The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Usher.
What he do, what he does,
What's
what
up,
it
sir?
is, what it was.
Wait. Before we get this started,
What?
you still own part of the Cavaliers?
Yeah.
You didn't see him?
You mother effer like that. What y'all doing this year?
You didn't see him campaigning for LeBron on Twitter?
Yeah, it was a silent campaign. It was motivational. You know what I'm saying? More than just, I guess, campaigning.
Don't think it's just a little bit disrespectful? I mean, you just got every great player in the NBA.
Nah, I mean, hey, what can I say?
Is that illegal though?
Is it illegal?
No, I mean for you to campaign on Twitter and mention that because I don't know the rules.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, actually, there was no campaigning on my part. What it was
I'm
is
sorry.
just,
I apologize.
No, but what it was is just, I guess, a recognition. You know, my recognizing that in life, a lot of times we do things that are bigger than just what we're doing, and obviously, him coming back home was bigger than basketball.
Right.
It was.
So, and it just so happened to line up that way. I actually happened to be campaigning that week just kind of to keep my kids motivated, my new look kids. I always kind of, I find little bitty motivational things, and I came up with this thing called #BiggerThan. And there were these, obviously well successful entrepreneurs and pioneers that I kind of put the name #BiggerThan next to, and I decided to put his name in there as well because I do think that it's always been him thinking and being bigger than, even deciding to leave Cleveland and then make his way back. All of it happened, had to do with, traveling the road less traveled. And no one really understood the move at first. But then when he went to Miami and obviously got the rings and also to the experience, then they got it. It was bigger than. Coming back home.
You spend more time there now in Cleveland now?
I mean, we're getting ready to start up, It's definitely looking real good. We were just talking about, how well the team is looking right now.
Yeah,
how well they're playing together. And ultimately it's about chemistry for players. And I don't know, I guess when I look at legacies of the past, I look at, what Detroit was. They were the bad boys.
Right.
And how the Bulls, they became, kind of the incredible team that, came together after the departure of the bad boys. So who is Cleveland? I don't know, man. We were talking about it. I'm like, man, Cleveland is like swag. Because like the way they play, the confidence that they play with, it's like, I mean, it may feel odd because that word is so overly used, bastardized, but swag is kind of what I feel when I look at Love, when I look at Kyrie Irving, and when I look at LeBron, and that's just the beginning.
Well, Carmelo Anthony he's a problem for you guys.
Yeah.
I just felt confident saying that. I didn't really mean it, but I just felt it, know.
Who else on the Knicks is a problem?
J.R. Smith, he's a problem.
And he's a ride or die Knicks fan.
Hardaway, problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be able to defend
So
it.
that's a great investment then. I was reading this whole thing on the billionaires in the world and what they all have in common, and one of them is that a lot of them have investments in sports franchises.
Well, I mean, in terms of, building a healthy portfolio, you should have things that are passion-based, and then some things that, kind of spread it out. Basketball, or either, being a part of a franchise that had obviously already been on the track for success when LeBron James, came, as well as when the Gund Arena turned to the Q with Dan Gilbert.
Right.
And it was just kind of like a track success when you look at what he's done in Detroit and now what he's done in Cleveland and how Detroit is still growing and Quicken Loans is continuing to do what they're doing. I'm just happy to be a part of, an incredible franchise in terms of just having that little piece of my my portfolio to grow.
Right.
But, that's what you heard. I mean, that's great. I love that.
No, I did. I actually was just reading an article today about the commonality of all the billionaires. Is that there's like 14 things they have in common. That's one of them. So I guess that's on the way.
And saving, I guess, too.
Well, I mean, they talk about real estate. I got to remember everything, but you know, it was just saying that it's not just real estate. Although 60% of them have huge real estate investments, they have all these other investments, including sports franchises.
Yeah.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
Now let's talk new album. You got a new album on the way. How do you stay so relevant? Like you stay relevant and young and youthful, and you don't
I
see
Don't
that too
Mind
much.
is my song too. I love that song.
That's because you got a little freak in you. That's all that is.
They call it a women's
She a little kinky over
empowerment
there.
song. What?
Yeah. Hey, yo, you know when I realized that this was something that was, I guess, good in conversation, even if it feels a little awkward for some people. I mean, one, the fact that Atlanta culture is on everything and everywhere, you know, and even in terms of the crossover of, you know, like twerking or whatever you want to call it
The
now.
crossover of twerking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Sounds like a documentary.
I mean, but by the way, when you see like Miley Cyrus twerking, and you understand, I mean, being out of Atlanta, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, but I've been in Atlanta for the last umpteen years, and understanding that that's a culture that's just been there forever. But then I go to a gym, and you know they have like the Zumba classes and the salsa.
Twerking during Zumba?
Wait a minute, no, they have twerk classes.
No way.
Wow.
Like
Get
poles
that
in
money,
the class?
money.
They have poles in the class. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's now become a part of culture. When it's now used for exercise, I mean, it's like
It is
Billy
good
Blank's
exercise,
the
though.
pole. Come on, man.
And
it's like
now we know why Usher goes to that gym. I have a gym that I go to.
CrossFit, the pole. I mean, and it ain't bad. I mean,
The pole.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. They have.
They're not quite where you want them to be in this class, though.
Oh, they're not there yet?
Yeah, there's a reason why they're there. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's a pole dancing class in my gym, and I'm not gonna
So
lie.
you know because you actually go. See?
And it's actually pole dancing is quite a workout. You'll be sore all over. But I will say this.
Envy, you gonna take classes?
I'm not taking pole
I mean,
dancing
she
class.
sounds like she's trying to sign you up right
I am
now.
not. No.
Envy will do it. Envy will take any class.
No.
But
hey,
sometimes
hold on,
in
it's
that
New York.
class,
You might see some.
I am not going to pole dancing classes.
they
I'm
open
just saying,
the
you
door.
can go and watch. Somebody need to sprinkle the
watch.
place.
Envy's not allowed to. He's not allowed to do that. He's married.
That's right.
But
I will go with my wife.
Okay,
Go with my
wait,
wife.
hold on. So when you're married, you can't
Nope.
watch strippers anymore?
He can't.
Yes, you can. I DJ strip club.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Dude, tell what's going on in your household?
I
Wait a
bring
minute.
my wife with me.
Yes, right.
That's what you're
supposed to.
Absolutely.
Right.
You can't finish.
But you have to leave early too when you're with your wife.
No champagne room though.
No.
No.
No, but I would say at the class in my gym, sometimes they open the door and it really smells like fish.
Mm.
And that happened one day, and I was like, I don't know.
What gym do you go to?
That's all bad.
I don't want to say the name of the gym now.
Yeah, you might need to change your gym, is what I was going to say. I might need to change the scenery.
Some people
you know what I
go
mean?
work out and they don't shower first. I think that's disgusting. You ever done hot yoga and been next to somebody that rode their bike there?
Let's just talk about this. It's one thing to have it in the room, but you said they open it and it's been lingering. That means you got something deep going on with you, baby. You
Absolutely.
really take care of that. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
You never had a bad smell experience with a woman in all your years?
I never.
In your younger years?
I mean, of course.
Of course.
Of course. I mean, every so often there's, not every young girl is taught how to manage.
He said so often, so it wasn't just once. Goodness
I'm
gracious.
just saying, but that doesn't mean I was all down there. I'm just saying, as you said, you can walk in a room and something's going on.
Absolutely.
I mean, especially if it's lingering, as
But you don't
said,
mind,
right?
As the song says, I don't mind.
I didn't say I don't mind lingering smells. Lingering fishy smells is not good for me. I do mind.
Okay, that you do mind.
Now, with that
Remix.
strip club song, did you ever think, this might be, I don't want to say risque, because you've always been a kind of risque artist, but risque because you're doing so much and you're doing crossover, and you never thought, I might not want to do that record.
I'm just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 20 years of a legacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you just have fun. I mean, and by the way, if you're in Atlanta, right, and you are watching what's going on in the rest of the world in terms of how everybody is adopting our culture, why not?
Did you pick it as a single, or was it one of those things you threw it out and it just caught? Because your label hates me for playing the record.
They do.
They wanted the single, but I'm like, nah, this is it.
I love that you completely stood behind it, and that's kind of how all of the records have ended up being. I think the old paradigm of how you launch a single, it don't happen that way no more. You know what I'm saying? As much as you may try to put out a record and have a whole campaign behind it, people gravitate towards what they love. You know what I'm saying? And as well as those who are influencers. You have the opportunity to talk to your audience and get them to understand that this is where they should be, and it also works for your group of listeners. So when it did drop, which I'm not sure how it got out, it did, and then the reaction was like wildfire. So since then, and it actually came from the West back to the East. Now the East is completely grabbing onto it, and hey man, I'm happy to see what's going on. But there's more to come. You know, I'm not finished with my album. Still working on it.
You're not done yet?
No, I'm not done.
You going on tour and the album's not done yet?
Yeah, see, that's what it is to have a legacy within 20 years. You don't have to go on tour just because you got an album to sell.
Right.
Because I'm bringing all of my fans together. You know what I'm saying? You just said I've done a lot of different styles, right? I've cleaned it up. You know, I made music about life, obstacles in life, the return, everything. You know what I'm saying? The experience, you know, reaching out to other genres and ideas. I want to bring all that stuff together. I want to bring everybody together in one room and celebrate. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'll probably be finished with it while I'm on tour, and then just start, you know, introducing certain records. You know, I look at Prince, for instance. Prince, he launched Purple Rain in a nightclub. That's cool. When his music felt like that, when you can get an instant reaction from something that you put up, and the audience is there and they know that, man, that happened and it'll never happen again. I heard something that was new, was special. I felt like I was in his experience. I felt like I was watching it be made right there. That's the experience that I wanted to give my audience.
Gotcha.
So,
and now you brought August Alsina with you.
And I have August Alsina open.
Now he said he hit you up and was like, he saw you and said, hey, I would love to go on tour with you. Yeah. And you actually were like, and hit him up and told him, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, kind of that way, yeah. I think it was a collective, you know what I mean? Just in terms of, if you look back at the history of artists that I've been able to introduce to my audience, as well as kind of introduce as opening acts, right? I mean, going back to Kanye West, right? Or if it was Miguel, you know, in a place where they were kind of breaking into a new space, it's offering that window and offering that opportunity. I'm still keeping with that. It's what Janet Jackson did for me. It's what Mary J. Blige did for me. It's what Puff, P. Diddy, and the family did for me. So I'm doing the same thing, you know. So it is a bit of mentoring, but also too a bit of recognizing that he's at a place where he's growing, and I just want to give him another experience, and also to, you know, be supportive. Yeah.
He said he has to get a choreographer now, though. He feels it.
He didn't say that. He's not dancing. August is not dancing.
I just seen him last night. I'm like, he didn't say that to me.
You know August ain't dancing.
He was at the crib just last night. We were, you know, just chopping it up, just, you know, just catching up, man.
Yeah. I'm sure because after he got out the hospital, you had to be really concerned because you have to say, okay, got to make sure you take care of yourself. Now you're going to go on this tour with me. And I get it. Like, all this is kind of new to him.
Well, great that you said it, because not many people understand that there is a lot of responsibility that comes with being an artist, and being able to kind of learn from situations, and thank God nothing happened too severe. But every bit of that is why I've chosen and given this opportunity for him to continue to learn and grow, and he's doing it. You know, just last night, he was like, "Yo, I want to work out with you every day." I'm like, "You sure you want to work out every day?" He's like, "Every day I'm coming over, and we're gonna work out." I'm like, "I work out before every show. You know that, right?"
Is your workout different now with the Sugar Ray Leonard workout?
It's a little bit different. I added boxing in there. I run, I jump rope, you know, speed.
They said jump roping is a great form of exercise.
It is. Twerking is too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, you don't twerk,
No, I don't do that. You do that, right?
Now, during the iHeartRadio Music Festival, we seen you perform with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Both you guys are major dancers. Yeah. You ever just was like, you know what? I would battle this little guy, this little light-skinned guy, and burn him one good time. Would you ever thought about that? But like, you know, sometimes kind of like the Cosby Challenge. You know, one time I just got to show him.
Envy want to dance so bad right now.
I do. I can't dance though. Like, it's one thing my mom didn't give me. I can't dance for nothing.
I don't think that would be well for you. Envy. I don't think that's gonna work out for you, dog. You know, I mean, you know, I'm happy that I've been able to pave the way for up and coming talent like Chris and like, you know, August Alsina and Trey Songz and all the guys who've been able. I mean, that's another one. For instance, Trey Songz. He opened up 3 years ago,
right? Which
is how long it's been since I've actually toured. You know, being able to be that mentor to all of the guys is great. You know, when I think about, I mean, I don't know if it was something that I just naturally gravitated towards, but I'm now looking back at the last, let's see, 10 years, and every artist that is relevant, right, in this time, I've had some kind of exchange with, even if it was just a quick, yo, you know, Jeremiah, like, yo, come to Atlanta, let's talk, just building with him. You know, even
it's a good way to keep your ear to the street too and see, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course, but then also
because you as a veteran, sometimes it has to be hard.
But I don't feel like a veteran.
But you are 20 years.
I don't feel like a
veteran status. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's been 20 years since your first album came out.
I feel like I just started.
That's
doing
a long time, especially in the music industry. People don't last that long.
And why are you so humble? You don't get that with artists nowadays. Like, you never get an artist that sees a younger artist and be like, "Come to Atlanta, let's chop it up." You never see that. Usually you see sunglasses on, nose up in the club. You don't see that.
I'm sure sometimes he performed like after iHeart and be like, I'm the that was You don't do that?
After iHeart, I said that? Was that before or after I burnt my shoes? No, I'm just saying. No, I
you have to think that sometimes when you get that reaction and.
No, but I'm just saying, for instance, at iHeart, you know, it was just great, man.
Charlamagne said you danced everywhere you went. Like you walked in the room dancing.
He walked in the interview room and he had that
really
little bop
dances everywhere.
I seen him going to the trailer.
He doesn't walk.
Dancing to the trailer. Yeah,
I just glide everywhere.
He was hype.
Yeah, I mean, hey, 20 years, 10 years, 30 years, who knows? I'm still going to feel the same way I feel about it. And I guess part of it, when you say humility, right? Why are you so humble? I mean, hey, man. I mean, yeah, I don't have to brag about who and what I am. I mean, I let my stats and, you know, and my career do that. You know, I'm just happy to continue to, you know, be able to continue to be here doing it. A lot of the artists that I started with, they're gone.
Yeah.
And part of it is the humility, is always growing, is keeping your ear to the street, is being aware of what's going on out here, and then deciding not to be one specific thing. Far too often do artists decide, all right, this is my lane and this is the only thing that I'm going to do, and that's it. I allow myself to continue to evolve. And if I haven't figured it out, I'm not going to stop until I do.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And that's in business, that's in life, that's in music, all of it.
Do you take it as a positive thing that people feel like they know so much about you in your personal life because it's so on Front Street all the time?
Well, no, not really. And unfortunately, it's like whatever channel people choose to tune into. But nowadays with social media, it's like you never know what it's going to be, what the conversation will be, or if it's positive or negative. Somebody the other day just said to me, it's so good to see that you're not one of those celebrities that has anything negative going on with you at all. I'm like, see, that's how it works. Because some people just, they don't know.
Right.
I mean, old news was new just yesterday.
Right.
You know, I mean, look at your iPhone 6, 5, whatever it is, 5 or 6. It's obsolete in 2 weeks. That's how media is now. So you break something today, and then tomorrow it's old news.
Because look, I watch Atlanta Exes, and I think part of the reason people really did watch that show was because, I mean, obviously it's because these women are the exes of somebody famous. And I will say nobody badmouthed you on the show, but we watch it and then we feel bad. We're like, oh man, she still got Usher's sweaty leather pants from, 10 years ago in the house. Like, get rid of them. Like we watch that show and we kind of feel bad. Like, why did he do that to her? And she still doesn't seem like she's over it, your ex.
I don't know really what you're talking about. One, because I didn't see it.
I know
2,
you haven't. I know you say you haven't seen it.
No. This is the truth though.
Mm-hmm.
And 1, 2, when you just said to me, it's odd when you live on Front Street and there's drama. Mm-hmm. You can't believe everything that you read or feel.
Right.
Because I don't.
It's one side.
No, it's not a one side.
No, I'm saying we know one side of what's happening because we see
it's
her
not a
side
one
on
side.
TV.
That's not a one side or a two side. I don't really converse about what goes on personally in my life. I never have. I've never had a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had anything to kind of open that space up. But what I have had
music
music definitely, and that kind of, I guess, set a trend of conversation. Well, he's brutally honest about the stuff that he goes on that goes on in his life.
Then we
chick
find
pregnant
out
and da-da-da-da-da.
it wasn't about you.
Yeah. Somewhat creative. I mean, I can't say no. Some of it was about me in the past. But in terms of living on Front Street, this is probably the first time that I've ever been comfortable enough to just sit around and just be cool and talk. You know what I mean? Or like when I went to The Voice, right? That was the first time people just got a chance to just get to know me. And it wasn't about music. I wasn't selling something. I wasn't trying to, dance or either sing to get you to understand or buy something. Which is why this tour is set up the way that it is. It's not about selling something. It's about an experience, about enjoying the moments of the last 20 years, these musical moments. And some of them have been openly honest. And, maybe that's what you mean when you say the drama. But that's the only thing that I've ever used to communicate what goes on personally with me.
What about the new album? Are you addressing a lot of really personal issues you feel like? Or is it like what I've heard so far is pretty fun?
Yeah.
Which we enjoy.
Somewhat. I say I'm not finished until I'm done with it. You know what I mean?
I see you worked with Drake. That song has to be kind of.
That's one of the songs that's really really fun. I don't know if that's a personal one. That's not a personal relationship.
That's your first
song.
time doing a song with Drake?
It's my first time. Yeah,
that's amazing because it feels like you should have been did something.
But now to answer your question, no. This album is probably not going to be about my personal life in that way. No.
Now, does it bother you? Like she was mentioning that, people come up all the time and they say, "Well, we seen." What's the name of the show? I don't watch it. What's the name of the show?
Atlanta Exes.
Yeah, Atlanta Exes. Does that bother you? But like, well, she was talking about you on the show. Does it feel like, damn, she's always mentioning me? That doesn't bother you at all?
I mean, especially when there's nothing negative to be said, as she said.
She didn't say anything bad about him. It just feels
like the fact that she still got what you said, her leather pants? That she wouldn't throw away your leather pants. She's keeping it close to her like that. Doesn't like,
he didn't see it, so he doesn't know.
Well, I can't say that I know because I haven't seen it, but
that's good. I'm gonna use that at home.
Yeah, that's listen. I run with that too.
I'm gonna use that at home.
I didn't see it.
The honest to God.
That's a good.
Just like R. Kelly never seen that sex tape either.
Right.
Listen, the honest to God truth is that I haven't seen the show, so I can't. I can't comment. I mean,
you got a believable face. If I ever need anybody on the stand, you are my guy. Right
he
now,
said honest to God. He's definitely telling the truth.
No, he got that face that be like, I believe him.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. We believe you.
I put it on my kids. I put it on everything. I've not seen it.
Right.
And it's not that there's just no interest.
You're busy.
I'm kind of raising my kids.
Yeah, he's a little busy. Yeah, he's a little busy.
What do you watch? Sports and anything else?
I watch ESPN sometimes, Sports Zone.
But what else? Anything? Is there any shows that you're like, oh, I gotta catch Orange Is the New Black?
Oh yeah, of course. I watch Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I'm a Game of Thrones dude.
All right, you're a Netflix guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. House of Cards. Okay. I get a little House of Cards in there.
Okay.
True Detective. Yeah.
Now you mentioned The Voice. What made you go to The Voice? Because I mean, it was a big step. You stepped out of your music career recording for a while to record The Voice. I'm sure it was a long time. So what made you say, you know what, I'm gonna try this?
I really wanted to do something that would give me flexibility to be home. And if I was on tour, I wouldn't be able to be home. So I could jet out to Los Angeles, do what I had to do, get back on the plane, come back home and be there for the boys.
Right.
And I've now only been able to have enough flexibility away from the kids to step out and do what I love to do. But, try not to miss a day of FaceTime when I'm away. I hated getting on the plane last night to come here. I mean, I love to be here,
to see us. Thanks,
but I had to leave them
I got you.
to be here. It ain't that I hate y'all at all.
We got you.
No.
Do you bring the boys on the road?
Well, I haven't gone on the road yet.
It's been 3 years. That's right.
But when I did talk to him about it, he's like, "Oh my God, yeah, I know." Like when we rode in the bus, yeah, we get to ride in the bunks. I'm like, "But you got school now, so you can't."
Do they dance with you and stuff? Can they dance?
They used to come on stage with me from time to time.
So,
my oldest, Usher, he loves to play the drums. Naveed, he likes to sing. He's always on the microphone.
All right, so I see how we raising them.
now how are you with your kids at as far as like games and plays or whatever are they into? Are you that crazy dad on the side of the court, like yelling, shoot?
You mean like you?
Yeah, I'm the crazy dad.
When we off camera, I'll show y'all. They play soccer. So I'm the dad on the sideline. I'm not Will Ferrell with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely. I'm not screaming and kicking.
Oh, I'm crazy.
Envy makes his kids sleep outside.
No,
I'm getting there. I'm
I'm
just getting warmed up.
Me and Chris Rock got in an argument. His daughter plays versus my daughter.
Oh yeah.
They like a for real.
That's some New York though. That's
no, like he seriously doesn't like him.
That's New York though. That y'all gonna be that way anyway. But nah, man. I was just my kids just changed schools, but it was funny because me and 2 Chainz, right? His daughter was in my son's class last year,
right?
When they went to a different school, and that's probably the only exchange that we ever had. I thought it was really cool. We happened to be at a play together,
right?
And here 2 Chainz and me with our phones up, filming our kids. I was like, this is the real,
absolutely,
this is what life is really about.
Absolutely,
yeah.
All right, and when is the Sugar Ray Leonard movie coming out?
Sugar Ray Leonard movie comes out next year.
This is perfect. So you do the tour.
It's not a Sugar Ray Leonard movie though. What it is Hands of Stone. It's actually Roberto Duran's movie.
Okay.
And the movie is mostly about Roberto Duran. And
okay. See, I just look at it as Usher's Sugar Ray Leonard movie.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people think that, but no, it's really about Roberto Duran and really kind of his climb to success and decline. And I kind of come in, obviously, at a point that I don't know if you know much about the No Mas fight, but to this day it remains a mystery, like what really happened in the ring when Roberto Duran threw his hands up and said no mas. Well, leading up to all of that, obviously Sugar Ray Leonard has something to do with that.
Okay.
So that's my part.
Do you feel like you can knock somebody out and fight for real now after doing that?
Hey man, I'm no hero like that, man. I'm not trying to be, I'm not Bobby Brown with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to
Bobby Brown.
I'm not trying to be aggressive in that way.
I mean, like boxing wise, like in
Yeah.
the ring. You think you could really do it?
Do I think I can handle Yeah, I mean, I think I can handle myself in a ring. But you said defend myself outside. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not looking for trouble.
I'm not looking for no trouble.
Yeah, I ain't calling nobody out like that. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you are. The tour starts November 1st.
That's right.
And it ends December 14th.
And we need some tickets for that.
First tour in 3 years, and by the way, 20 years since his debut album came out. 20 years in August it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you laughing for?
Man.
I'm just making sure we plug everything.
Nah, you got it.
And the album release date, you're going to do it when you're ready. Because you said you do like 40 to 50 songs before you finish the album.
I've worked on, I say, about 40 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, and they're not all songs that are finished. Sometimes I'll just kind of write a verse, a chorus, and just loop. Sometimes it's about bringing in a new producer or another person to work on certain songs. It's about mixing. It's like a mixture. You know what I mean?
Any surprises? Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, anybody? But like, wow, I haven't worked with him in a minute. It was a pleasure working with him. Any surprises at all?
Well, stay tuned. I mean, as I get closer
It wouldn't be a surprise no more. If you
I guess you're right.
Damn, right?
I mean,
I guess you're right.
Man.
I guess you're right. But also, let me know about the choreographer thing too, because I'm dancing. So if you need
You working
me,
on it?
I'm
so if
working
you
on
need a twerker, Envy would be great.
Shut
Ooh.
up!
On stage.
Ooh.
He can twerk to I Don't Mind.
Dog.
Shut up, ladies and gentlemen. Usher, we appreciate you joining us.
No doubt about it.
It's Usher. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold on,
Before we
hold
get out
on.
of here, I need my T-shirt. I survived the Breakfast Club.
Oh.
Well, first of all, you're lucky that Charlamagne wasn't here. Okay, so you have to come back for that,
Yeah.
and we're gonna make that happen. But yeah, listen, we're very nice to you, Usher. We respect you. 20 years, there's a lot of things we could have asked you about, but I know you're a very private person, so we respect that. I got a little bit out of you, though. I feel good. I got some quotables.
Okay, cool.
We got some good headlines.
Okay, cool. Dave.
It's the Breakfast Club. It's Usher.
Yeah, man.